What's up, all you good fellow fly guys? You know who it is, the Cat in the Hat, your resident fly guy, your chief architect, Michelangelo of StarArchitects.com, here to help you redesign your frame of mind when it comes to the styling thing. And welcome to another Discourse in Dress, where I provide you with some expressions for your ensemble that will help you create the story behind your style. This week we are going to be talking all about seductive style. Now this is going to be an ongoing conversation because it is based on the wonderful book The Art of Seduction by Robert Greene. If you haven't checked out the book, definitely go make sure that you copy it. I'm going to leave a link for the book below so that you can grab it. And anybody who really knows me well knows that I'm a huge fan of Robert Greene's books, whether it is The 48 Laws of Power, The Art of Seduction, 33 Strategies of War, or Mastery. All four of his books have provided wonderful, keen insight, not only into how the mind works, but how we can begin empowering ourselves with the information that others have leveraged in past situations. So why did I want to do the art of seduction? For that matter, what is seduction and how does that even equate to style? But before we do, if this is your first time here, welcome. Yo, if you are looking to start creating a character for yourself, something that is true to who you are and ultimately something that will be recognizable each time that you step out, then you've made it to the right place. I'm all about helping you create a narrative through each style statement that you create each day. So if you find the information beneficial, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would love to be a character in your style story. If you have already subscribed, like my man Joel Nanez, I hope I said your name right, fam, then you know I appreciate you. And now all you have is one thing left to do, and that is to hit that notification bell, and that way you will be notified each and every time new content comes out. So to address the first question, what is seduction? Well, seduction is essentially your ability to create desire while delaying gratification. Now, seduction essentially was about power and about sex, and those two things are still very prevalent in our culture today as men. We want to come off more powerful, we do want to be more sexually attractive, and we do want to garner more financial success or wealth in our spaces. Now, if you can create a desire, and desire does not have to always be sexual, and you can be a advocate or a conduit in helping that person get there, then you've created a magnetism, an attraction to yourself. That's all seduction essentially is. And in The Art of Seduction, in the preface, they actually talk about how that is generated by physical lures. Now, in the beginning of The Art of Seduction, they talk about women using makeup. They talk about women, creating this fantasy and this goddess-like type of ideal for the man to become infatuated and enamored with. And then how they begin to utilize that to not only capture the attention of the person, but to create a fantastical type of environment around that type of person. And then some of the attitudes and the movements behind that, which we'll talk about later on as we continue to develop this. But it started out with the image. And as men began to get hip to this and be put on to this, they were beginning to utilize their own type of seductive tactics as well. So when it comes to seduction, what we see is at the forefront of how we are going to respond, how we are going to begin interacting with those other people. So as we go throughout this narrative, throughout the story, we're going to be talking about how these different types of seductive archetypes are going to be in relation to you. And how is that going to affect your closet? Well, once you understand what you can leverage for more political power, and so if it's office politics, you can still leverage these things to become that much more impactful, that much more clever in your clothing and in the narrative that you're creating. Or if you're in social situations, to begin garnering magnetism for other people to find you more attractive, and ultimately in the intimate space when you don't have to say too much, you can allow your mind and your physical interaction, the closeness and the proximity to create that feeling that does not need to be spoken but is continuously felt, then you're going to find yourself in a much deeper situation. So I can guarantee if you stick with this, you're going to learn how the archetype of the seducer thinks. how you can then incorporate that archetype into your closet, and how you can begin developing and cultivating those things that seducer is going to benefit from, and then how you can communicate yourself in those different types of situations. So stick around this week. I'm telling you, it's about to be some game. Boy, I'm trying to tell you, it's going to be extremely beneficial, and you are going to continue to build up on your style, and you'll start to see the correlation between that and style. Tomorrow we're going to be talking all about the archetypes so that you can start getting an overview, and then in the weeks to follow we're going to be going in depth with each one of these archetypes so that you can really figure out what works for you. So if you found this information intriguing or beneficial, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. It helps the channel to grow. Don't forget that we are here every Monday through Saturday at 6:30 p.m. That dress is nothing more than the outward expression of a man's state of mind. So you should always dress to express. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.